shit.
It's 14, right? Yeah, 14.
Yeah, I think last one was 13.
13, this will be 14. Okay, cool. Log out. We'll go ahead and get Nate Dogg to log into his account so we can see the changes and we can break down. And I got a lot. I got so much shit to tell you. The broadcast from last night is probably in the video. It has to be in previous broadcasts. You just have to look for it.
What broadcast from last night?
Well, they automatically record your previous things from the night before, and then it.
Oh, on Twitch.
On Twitch.
It's in there.
Yeah.
Whatever you. So you never put out the Jan video? Are you gonna edit it so that way?
Which one?
Well, we talked about Jan Hart.
Oh yeah, I gotta put that up there.
Just
I totally fucking went brain.
Yeah, just edit it so that way, you know, take out some things. That way, if my wife actually runs across it, she doesn't castrate me.
Yeah, that's about right. Alright, so this is Diablo 3 from a casual point of view, episode number 14. This is the show where we basically talk about what's going on in the world of Diablo. We have an opinion from the casual gamer, which is Nate Dogg. He is living the life. He has a wonderful wife. He has a dog, and he has a house, and he works. He plays about anywhere between 10 to 15 hours a week. On the crazy week, maybe 20 hours, but that's probably that's probably where.
Low end, probably 5.
And I'm Debo, where I play pretty much 12 hours a day. You guys know who I am. It's nothing to be proud about. I am forever alone.
No life right.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyways, this is our weekly show, so we're going to be discussing a lot of stuff. Yeah, you have been getting... You got the best in slot necklace for fucking PTR, dude.
Prevent all arcane damage and it heals.
All right, so starting about PTR. Okay, let me break some shit that's mandatory. Now, this might change because you know PTRs change, but I want to just say for the current iteration of the game on PTR, this is what you required. Tiered rifts, right? You know you do rifts. Every time you do a rift, you have a chance to get a greater rift shard. The higher the torment, the greater chance to get a rift shard. Okay. When I did T6, it felt like 90% chance to get a greater rift shard. So if you clear a T6 rift, you get a greater rift shard.
Damn near.
Okay. So keep that in mind. And then after you get the greater tiered rift, you go to the rift. You put the stone inside of it. You basically launch it. You start on level 1. If you set on a timer, the faster you clear, the more chances it will skip you more levels. So if I do really quick, I have a lot of time remaining on level 1. What happens is it bumps me up to between about 9 or 10, depending on how much time I have left. Okay. Same thing, I do 10 really fast, or I clear through a lot of stuff, then it places me about 18 or 19. Then after that, then it places you around about 23, 24, and then 24, if you go really quick, it places you around 27, 28, and then if you're really quick, you can get all the way skipped up 2 more levels to 30. So once you get to 30, you're really not skipping anymore. So just let me just...
One by one by one by one until you die.
Pretty much. So once you get to about level 20, I'd say 3 to 25, it feels like T6. Once you go past 25 and you start getting towards 27, 28, it starts to feel like T7 or higher up levels. Okay? So 25 to 27 is around the same.
Okay.
28 to about 30 is about the same. Okay?
Okay.
So for most classes, and I'm just being honest here, some classes... we'll just specifically just talk about the Witch Doctor, okay?
Sounds good.
The Witch Doctor, you can get to level 30 rift without any special mumbo jumbo or certain things.
Really?
As long as you have solid gear, you can get to 30.
Okay.
Now, getting to 31 is a gamble. It's risky. So basically, your character top ends out at 31 if you don't use any special items. If you just do it, you could get to 31. If you get really lucky, maybe 32, but you won't be doing it consistently. So what you actually have to get now is what you're doing on the solo leaderboards is people are using Unity, and you know what Unity is. When you wear the Unity, you are the follower, and you put them with the special relic that makes it so that they never die. It basically gives you 50% permanent mitigation for only using a ring, which is incredibly strong.
Well, it's 3.
Well,
you need 2 rings. And
right, but for me, I only using up 1 piece of gear slot to get 50% damage mitigation.
Which is insane.
Yeah, and Blizzard said that's a part of the strategy. So I said, okay, we're not here to discuss or debate whether or not that's balanced or not. It's a part of the game. We have to accept it. Okay. So once you get to the higher tier rifts, if you have to have the 2 unities, one on you, one on your follower, and your necklace, and if you have and their follower relic, if you have that, you can consistently get to 30 real easy, 31, and 32 very easy as long as you have decent gear. 33 and 34 is where things start to get a little bit more nuttier. Okay,
if 28 was considered T7.
Yeah, so
damn.
So basically, if you're just coming in and you don't have any Unity combos or anything like that, you can get to 30, 31. If you do have Unity, you can easily get to like 31, 32, 33, and possibly 34. Okay? Now, if you want to push to the next higher level, not only do you need the Unity combo, you also have to have a thing called a furnace. Now, the thing that you have to remember about a furnace is a furnace does damage based upon the HP of the mob. Now, keep this in mind. You don't need any damage to modify that effect. It doesn't matter if a level 1 character does it or a level 70 character does it, because once that dot goes on the boss, it's going to, yeah, pretty much, motherfucker, fuck you, fuck you. So,
sorry, what was that?
So with the furnace, the way it works is that's the way it works. So, for instance, on a 60 billion HP Rift Guardian, you think you have no choice. How the hell am I going to do 60 billion? When that furnace procs, it does 5 billion a tick. Because it does it based on the monster HP. So it's like scaling damage that always does good damage.
Is it HP remaining?
HP remaining, I do believe.
Of the enemy.
Current health. But you see how it's like eventually it's really good until their health gets really low and then you just finish them off. So once you want to get past, as a witch doctor, 34 and 35, or if you want to try to make an attempt to get the floor level 35, and remember, you don't get rank for that floor unless you complete it. Okay. So with that being said, you need that furnace because when you get to higher levels, it's not so much the damage, it's the mobs have so much HP. To make it in time, you kind of need to do the damage. You kind of...
It's not so much that they're killing you, it's that you can't kill them fast
enough
to beat the clock.
So, using the furnace on your follower, she puts that dot on the monster, which makes...
Put it on the follower.
Exactly. So she's doing the furnace.
Sometimes it feels like somebody's following me, and I got no privacy.
So...
I wonder if that audio is going to sync up.
I probably will, probably won't. So the big thing that people have to realize is that you have to have this item if you want to rank up top. I'm not talking if you just want to compete on the Rift. If you want to get in the top 100, I really think you're going to have that item. Now, Blizzard can change this, but I'm just saying for the current iteration, you have to have those items. So it's like... and then for each class, some classes get to level 40. Like DH can get to 40, 45. DH is technically the best right now.
DH, really?
Yeah.
They sit back.
And the sentries they can cast like 6 sentries, I guess. So the big thing is, yeah, if you have all the right stuff.
Oh, okay.
So like for the DHs and stuff like that, they can get to 40. So then when they start using the furnace and they start using the Unity rings, then they can get even higher. So that's just kind of where the game is at right now. A lot of people are saying controversy like, hey, I don't want the whole game to be about having Unity and they should disable follower. It doesn't make any sense. And some people are saying, hey, it's a part of the game and things like that. So I don't know where we're going to go. I don't want to get too much in discussion of it. You already kind of know how I feel about it. The only reason why I say they should kind of maybe disable it because I don't want like people or like it. Non-people who are like just trying to play, they feel like fuck. Well, even if you already have to get all your gear in your character, and then you have to get this. And I always say this: it's kind of silly how you have 6 different classes. That's all going to use the same 4 items, which is going to be 2 Unities, the Relic, and the Furnace, and the current iteration. I don't mind if different classes have different things they go for that is OP. You see what I'm saying? Like if the furnace was good for you, but the witch doctor had their version of the furnace or something different or something along those lines, that it really just makes it feel differently. At least change it up so that we don't have to feel like we're getting the same exact items on all the characters. But that's only if you want to compete. If you don't want to compete, who gives a fuck?
That's actually how I felt about Hearthstone, you know. I was playing with my friend Jeff because I figured out you can actually challenge your friends. And I basically realized, because I was changing all my decks, I have the exact same deck, just a different what power I want to use with my hero.
Mm-hmm.
I use all taunt creatures. I hardly ever use anything that's not taunt unless it has some weird, unique ability.
Mm-hmm.
And their decks are basically identical.
Right. So, I mean, for the most part, the only reason I panic is because Blizzard kept in the whole Unity shit. And I try to explain to people, you don't want people feeling like every single class has to get that obligation. When every single class of 6 individual classes are all getting the same 3 items, that's kind of scary to me. Instead of, because I think this is what the developers, I think they did. They said, well, these classes can't really survive. People can survive great in groups, but solo play, certain classes just can't survive. Let's keep the Unity combo in as an easy cop-out. I feel like it's like a cop-out. Instead of going back and actually looking at the class and making good changes so the class can actually function correctly. Because if I was a programmer or a developer and I was saying like, well, we can just put these 3 items in, so if they play solo, they'll automatically get 50% damage mitigation, then every class can perform well at the same level. Instead of going into rebalancing that individual character, you make an easy fix with items.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what happened, but that's what's going on with Greater Tiered Rifts. Hellfire Amulets, so they're actually going to make Ubers worthwhile now, because if you get keys, save up the keys. When you kill those Rift Guardian guys, if you bonus.
One.
Yeah.
And I got like a bunch of the old ones. So.
Well, the big thing is now with the Hellfire necklace is what they're going to do is they're going to give you an extra passive on the necklace. So you'll have your 4 passives, and then if you roll it right, one of the passives it could roll is with Holy Cause on your necklace. So it provides you that extra passive for your Crusader.
Oh, so it literally takes up 1 random passive.
Okay. So you can have technically 5 passives. No one's going to argue here.
Yeah.
That's just, you got to get that shit.
That's pretty good.
And
is
then
it random, or can you select what?
It's random to make it so you grind. Random passive.
Like,
so
okay,
that's the.
Yeah, it's great. I got it, but I don't use this passive ever.
So before it comes out, everybody needs to start farming keys and shit like that, because that's going to be the next big thing. Like, you can even hunt the monsters down now and get the organ pieces. Just don't make the Hellfire ring, because when the patch goes live, I do believe that you get the last piece to craft the Hellfire Amulet from doing the rifts. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So at least you have all your items at the ready, and then you could just run the rifts, and then you could just craft it right away. So that is pretty cool. And then also they have new things like legendary gems that go into your they can only go into rings or necklaces.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
So if you get the Hellfire necklace, right? Get the extra passive, then you put 1 legendary gems. For instance, 1 Witch Doctor legendary gem is your pets crit a lot more, and in the secondary, your pets never die.
Oh, damn. Well,
that is a legendary.
Do your pets ever die?
Not really, but because in tiered rifts, your pets their HP automatically scales upwards to balance it out.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I granted I don't play anything other than the Crusader and a little bit of the Wizard now.
So for Crusader, it might be for you is that maybe it's something like when you cast Blessed Shield, it has a chance of reactivating the initial cast and ricocheting again.
Yeah.
You could kind of see how crazy that gets.
Oh, yeah.
So then you get the extra 5th passive from your Hellfire Amulet, then you use 1 of the legendary jewels. But like I said, it can only go in rings. And I do believe you can't run like double of the same one. Yeah. And then it can only go in, and then you have to have a socket in that stuff. So we talked about the tiered rift system and how that's going in terms of balancing stuff with ranking. Basically, you need certain items to be at the top of the ladder. I don't mind for it to be that way, but it shouldn't be items that all classes have to get. I think every class should have their own individual item sets to go for.
Yeah.
We know Hellfire Amulet's coming out with these ability to give you the passives and what have you not, of random passives when you craft it. We know the legendary jewels or gems are going to be awesome that give you extra fixes and stuff like that. They only go in rings and only go in necklaces. The crafting material, I heard that one that gives you sockets, the only thing it's guaranteed for is on weapons, and I guess on either chest or pants, it's random. It could roll 3 or 2 or whatever. Okay. And they said, so basically, let's take a look at your condemned weapon or whatever. It's in here somewhere.
Yeah. No, you're on the right page.
Here it is.
Yeah.
All right. Now you see, I saw you got a socket in this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look at this. So it's 2,700. I'm sorry, I didn't know this.
What?
Basically, what you should do is what's going to happen is you're going to re-roll the socket back into damage. Wait for the server to go live. Then when you get that one item, that crafting material that lets you automatically put a socket in your weapon, you'll have strength, attack speed.
Oh,
you re-roll the socket for damage, and then it gives you a free socket. You see what I'm saying? So for me, all the items I re-rolled for socket, I re-rolled the socket back to something else I would want. So if I got int, attack speed, damage, and I have a socket, I would re-roll the socket back to like vitality. And then when it comes live, I use the item, then I get my free socket. It doesn't eat up an affix. What do you mean?
Goes live?
What do you mean?
Like, what if I re-roll my socket to vitality and then add it after the patches come or whatever?
Then that's fine, because then
you don't have to do it right now.
No, exactly. Okay. So basically, what you're doing is you're getting a free socket on your weapon without fucking with any. Because you know, usually when you reroll something, you have to sacrifice something. It makes it so you don't have to anymore for weapons, at least. For chest and pants, I heard you still have to. It's still a chance between 2 or 3 sockets. So that is pretty cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing. Seasons is not out yet. They haven't let us start off from level 1 characters and level up. I heard there is one big thing. It's called the Goblin Greed Rift. And there's a greedy goblin. There's a goblin. When you kill it, it opens up a portal. And you remember Geed from the original, or I'm sorry, or not Geed, I'm sorry. Well, you know Greed is, you know, you're greedy and shit. You go into the Goblin Rift world, and it's like, you kill the rift the boss there, like the Greed Goblin or whatever like that. And there's been people who said they've gotten like 171 million gold. Some people who said they gotten massive amounts of experience. So I think Blizzard's gonna have to redo that, because I heard some people were abusing that.
Of course they're abusing it.
And I don't think it'll be good, because I heard like I don't know if I'm incorrect or not. I think a lower level got it, and I don't know if this can only happen in regular. I don't know. Long story short is, I think they're gonna have to balance that and make it like a only level 70 thing, and maybe restrict the gold to maybe like 10 million, because like getting 200 million is a little ridiculous. It's a little.
So I was right.
It is a little. Yeah, see, so I seen a dude getting 400 million. He was T6 with 11K extra gold fine. So he put on all his gold fine, and then he just killed the thing and got all that gold. So they're gonna have to. I'm pretty sure Blizzard's not gonna let that go through. I hope, because then.
Well, they could either make it really, really rare.
But then people will complain about RNG. One guy gets 200 million. Now he can craft all shit and get ahead of everybody else in a ladder system. You can't do that. Yeah, they have to make it like 10 million, something moderate, but
something
nice.
Good, but not like, are you fucking kidding? So I was right. When Diablo 3 first came out, and I heard the little blurb about the treasure goblin, he digs up treasure, and when he sees you coming, he jumps to the portal back to the home of the treasure goblins. I'm like, I'm gonna go through that portal.
Yeah, basically.
And I was fucking right.
Yeah, you were pretty right. I remember you said that.
My idea again.
They probably stole your idea. So they have to fix that or figure that out. So that's in the game. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else I'm missing? Everybody's just naturally just getting ready for the, you know, upcoming PTR shit. People are farming their keys. People are farming their crafting supplies. You're going to because people could be rolling a lot of shit. And then, of course, we know legendary pants, or old legendaries such as, like, you know, Pox, Fold, different things that are lackluster. Like, you see, like, these...
those are new boots.
Like these boots and stuff like that, they're going to be redoing a lot of these old legendaries and giving them better affixes. So, like, for instance, they have a legendary called Death Diggers. And basically it was just good stats. Good main stat, good Vic, good armor, double socket, really tanky pants. Good overall. Right. Nothing special. Now they went back and they added like a reaffix or something, and they put this. It increases your resource regenerators by 90% of their damage. So now, when you're using whatever you do to regenerate your resources or anything of your primary abilities, it increases that damage by 90% on pants. Okay. So when you start doing your primary attack, now you're hitting 90% harder. So they're doing little changes with the legendaries like that.
Okay.
So they're going back and doing all that retrofitting of all. Well, they're not going to retro buff it. You're going to have to find them again, which is fair. Right. But at least when you find it now, it's more appealing. And they I don't know if you ever came across like a thing called like an angel braid or something like that, like a belt. It's just a real tanky belt.
I think back on my barbarian way back.
So now they turned the angel braid into a special thing for crusaders. So crusaders get like an extra effect when they get angel braid because it makes sense. So that's how they're doing that. And, I mean, that's pretty much what's going on the PTR. The only little abusive bug thing people found out when the tiered rifts first came out, people would make a level 1 character, invite a level 70 into the game. The level 1 character would leave. They would use the greater rift shard on that level 1 game and clear all the way up to high level 100. And Blizzard fixed that.
Exactly what I said would happen? Like, to the fucking word?
But
yes.
It is PTR.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
You
so
know,
these people are stupid by doing it now.
You know, yeah, pretty much if they wanted to troll or something like that.
Use it, you don't use it when they're fucking testing it.
And that's all the major stuff. So it's a lot of stuff to digest. Long story short, if anybody is just wondering what you should be doing right now in life, get 2 Unity rings. Get a Relic Isla Follower for your Enchantress that makes it so she doesn't die. You have to get that one. Get a Furnace, which is this magnificent weapon right here. Get a Furnace. And then start farming for your yellows, your blues, and your whites. And then stocking up on keys from those from the little guardian key guys that basically let you do Ubers. Those are the main things that you need to do because everything is out of your hand. You can't prepare for legendary gems. You can't prepare for certain things. Yeah, exactly. That's the only preparation. So I would tell people, if you're not playing Diablo 3 right now, play the game a little bit every week and just start stockpiling everything. And because you never know, because you don't want to be overwhelmed when you come back and you gotta like, oh, I gotta find all this shit just to craft it. If you do it now, it won't be so overwhelming when the actual game goes live and what have you not. So that's what I definitely would advise to you. Oh, you know they're buffing healing and stuff like that, like regeneration and things of that nature.
Yeah, we went over that last time.
I'm trying to think. That's pretty much it, man. There's really not much else in the realm of PTR. They still got a lot more balances they have to do. They have to do seasons where we basically start from level 1 and see how we rank and see what exploits are going to happen there and see how bad RNG is. The one thing I did say in the tier list, which is kind of unfair, once you all have the same gear, then what determines whether or not you have a good rift run is depending on how many mobs you have in your rift. Because keep in mind, if you're just running through the rift and the mob density is low, you're fucked because you're against the clock. But if the guy who gets a shit ton of monsters right away, he's going to have the advantage. So that they got a lot of RNG shit they need to eliminate. And what I was trying to tell people is that the way it ranks you is basically, let's say you have the best gear, right?
Right.
And let's say everybody's stuck on level 34. One day you get the most perfect level 34 rift. I mean, there's a conduit next to the boss. There's bunches of mobs. You get a really lucky rift, and you beat it, and you get the 35. And let's say you go on another tear, and the next rift you do really good, and you get the 37, and people are like, oh my gosh, what happened? I got really fucking lucky. So now the people at level 34, while this guy is level 36 now, you know, I'm sorry, the guy who beat it all, who got to level 36 while everybody else is at level 34, the only way you can catch up to that guy, if you all have the same gear, is if you get lucky too. So then...
You also have to beat him.
Yeah.
You would have to get to 37, because he's also at 36.
Yeah, or get a faster clear time. So you have to hope that you get the same luck that he does. But when you have a random number generator, you know you can just literally get really good luck or really shitty luck. So hopefully Blizzard tones that randomness down. My idea was for this, everybody to have a ladder profile. Everybody starts off at level 1. Cap the rifts at 40. When you get to level 40, if you hit level 40 and finish it, what we're going to do is we're going to give you 10 experience points or like 10 experience points and another greater rift shard so you can run it again. So at the end of the dungeon, you hit level 40 and it gives you experience for your character for ladder, or not your character ladder, your profile ladder. So picture, if you will, everybody had a profile ladder. Everybody starts at level 1. You get to level 40, that shoots you up 6 levels, right? And it ranks you upon that. So let's say the guy who has all the crazy gear, let's say he can only play 5 times on Friday. He gets 5 runs in. He gets them all level 40, right? He gets, let's say, 10 points each. He gets 50 points. He gets to level 7 or something like that.
Okay.
The other guy who can play all weekend, but his gear's not that great because he hasn't found what the guy has yet, RNG screwing him, he can complete up to level 30, but he only gets 5 points. So he plays more, and he can actually catch up in ranking to him, to the other guy who has the better gear, even though he doesn't have the gear. So it makes it more of a less emphasis on getting to the higher level, more on consistency of play. Okay. If you can get to a higher tier rift and clear the rift, not only we're going to give you another greater rift shard, we're also going to give you bonus experience so you can get a lot of experience. Whereas a guy who can't do that yet, he still can rank up, but he just has to put in more legwork. And then people start saying, well, Debo, that just basically caters to the people who play a lot. Well, yes and no.
But isn't that the point?
Well, that's the whole point. And I said the big thing is it helps counter RNG because you might not be able to do something, and it's just because you don't have a certain item yet. And it's very discouraging for the player to not see any type of progress because he doesn't have one item. Right. But at least if he's leveling up, oh, okay, I got to level 32. Oh, how much experience I get on my left character profile? Good, I went up a couple ranks. And then if you're a top-tier player, you just don't sit there and be like, oh, I got to level 37. I got fucking hella lucky. Everybody else is 34. He takes a break for the rest of the season. He stays number 1. He doesn't have to fight for his crown. Everybody else is trying to replicate his crazy run. But if they had this kind of system in, then they can have something like experience decay. You haven't played in a week yet, and you're number 1. And then it lowers his experience, and then other people can rank above him.
Right.
Because you shouldn't be able to just make one. So something like how they had in the Warcraft 3 ladder system is what basically I'm looking for.
Sounds good to me.
You know, so I'm looking forward to, hopefully Blizzard will hear that and think of something like that, because then it makes it more of like a progress thing. Right. So if you're playing on ladder, maybe you don't rank up high, but you feel like, oh, okay, I moved up 30 ranks because I got this last level in the Greater Rift. And then the cool thing is, too, like maybe every 5 ladder levels, they give you like a cool portrait or a cool skin for your Crusader or a cool new animation for the skill. Does the same exact skill, but it gives you like a new animation for it. Then people are like, how did you get that cool animation? Oh, in ladder season number 1, the first season, I got to level 20. And let's say you didn't even hit the top ranks, but you just got to level 20, and that was the reward for everybody who got to level 20, and it's something to remember back how the first season went. Damn! So you get a little, and then it makes it more happy for everybody, because then it's like you feel like you're getting something. You're getting rewarded. You feel like you're accomplishing shit. So hopefully they can do something like that, but we will have to wait and see. And outside of that, man, that's just basically what's going on PTR, and that's my thoughts and stuff like that. But enough about PTR. How'd your week go? You said you had an awesome week with your Crusader.
Oh, yeah. I found a bunch of shit. So
you're at 912k DPS? What did you find, bro?
First, there's this one.
Best
arcane damage. I saw that, and I'm like, ah. Because how many times have you been walled in? I can't get away. And they fucking do the arcane fucking spikes, and you're just like, no! It's like a fucking, what is that movie? Saw thing. Like, no! And now it's like,
on PTR, that is the best inside. Why? Because once you get to a certain level and the mobs start hitting so hard, you know how arcane does damage now?
Yeah.
The jailer does damage now? You get one-shotted. But the guy who has his necklace, when the elite does it and everybody else gets one-shotted, he gets healed.
Yeah, so it's like, oh my god, I'm about to die. Oh yes, it's an arcane fucking guy. I just stand in a bunch and I'm just like,
you know.
So I got that one. I found this ring, which counteracts this helmet. Did you notice this? 10% more fire damage taken. That's something I'm surprised they left in from vanilla.
Yeah, that has to be a negative effect of it.
Yeah. Taking fire damage restores your primary resource.
Yep, that's pretty cool too.
Okay. It replaced the puzzle ring, and so fuck off, whatever. I gained these boots, which were better, and they give me something. It's not cool, but, you know, if you're about to die, you can run away and you'll survive. I found this one like an hour ago. When you use Vengeance, you mesmerize nearby enemies with your skill, causing them to jump uncontrollably for 6 seconds.
Yeah, I use it. I actually try to abuse it because Witch Doctor has a way where we can reduce the spell that triggers it to bounce up and down Big Bad Voodoo really low.
Well, no, this is you have to use Vengeance. It's a Demon Hunter only thing.
Oh, okay,
This
but
one is.
yeah, but on mine it's like for Witch Doctor, I tried spamming it over and over again, and it's on a cooldown, so you can't keep them like bouncing up forever.
But it's weird. It's like lightning skills do reduce damage from elites, increase damage to elites.
They're always like that. I don't know why they do that.
I found this hammer or this mace, whatever, which is all right. So this is the one I thought it was. Casting Justice increase your movement speed by 90% for 2 seconds. That's all right. I found this one. Enemies killed with Akratch Champion in active turn into phalanxes.
That sounds pretty fucking crazy.
So whenever I use this skill, and if I kill, they all turn into allies. That's kind of cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but you never know. I found this shield. So gain 10% increased damage while we.
You know, in all honesty, I think you should just fucking use Furnace because it's pretty ridiculous.
I should
right
use
now.
Furnace and this.
Yeah, because when you hit the boss, it's just gonna die a horrible death.
Right. So I found that.
So
like,
start using Furnace. Furnace is quite OP. They're probably gonna deal with it, but just enjoy it for now.
And there was something else. I may have put it on my follower. Let's see. Maybe not. Could have sworn there was. Oh. I found these pants.
Oh, those are good. Save that. You're going to do those for later. And you got the gloves. Very nice.
And I found the gloves.
Very nice.
And I found blackthorns.
Not bad at all.
And I would consider using these, but I had to ask you, because if I get the one ring that makes it so all of my sets are better, which would be better?
What do you mean?
Would it be, you need to get the one ring that removes...
Yeah.
Would it be better, would it be better to get 500 strength or 2 vitality?
You want the 500 strength. You want to run these two, you want to re-roll them so you get better stats, but on the gloves,
no,
like right...
I re-rolled them to sockets.
Okay, what about the gloves? The gloves you want to re-roll it to critical damage. Re-roll the armor for critical damage.
Right. But see, do I want to keep this one? Range man attackers take 400 damage.
No, you just want the 500 strength. Until they retro buff this set,
right.
Use the
that was the other
set.
thing. Do gauntlets have sockets?
No.
My Demon Hunter has gauntlets that have a socket in it.
Maybe there is a gauntlet that's supposed to have a socket. What's the Demon Hunter with the... You don't have to leave the game. You can
I have
actually...
to switch. It's on my Demon Hunter.
Well, you can go to profile and look. I didn't know there was a gauntlet that actually had sockets.
I'm wondering if it's something that they had. And
Why does your Demon Hunter look like somebody back from Tron?
Because I don't give a shit what he looks like. I'm just trying to get him to level 70. So
Fair enough.
If I ever find anything, I don't have to go, can he use it?
Yeah, that's true.
Socket.
Yeah, it's from level 60, though.
I know. It's not good.
That's how it used to be, yeah.
But I noticed, like, why is there a socket here? Oh, this was the other one I found. After ending a survival bonus, quickly heal to full life.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not bad. I mean, it's not great. But if you ever are like, I'm about to die, and you run far enough away, you'll just pop back.
That's true.
I found that to be kind of cool. I mean, I literally was like, oh my god, these are amazing. And I got like 5 more that I got rid of because they weren't good. But I seriously hit like...
I think you had a hell of a week, man.
I did. I had a good weapon finding week. I seriously did. Especially that necklace. I saw that necklace and I'm like... Oh.
The Loot Fairy was sitting there and she's seen it behind the desk. Okay, only one of you noobs can get all the lucky items this week. And there's a big box of just good shit she has written down there. Ticket number 5938. Yes! And you just come in and she starts giving you all the shit that you want. So actually, stockpiling a lot of stuff is pretty good. Looks like you're... Oh, you need to really do... You really should do Rifted Forward.
Well, because I'm trying to get that fucking ring, so I've got all these...
So
come on,
so I'm gonna do this for you right now. We're gonna go ahead and go to Find Communities. We're gonna go ahead and type in Rift. And then this is Rifted Forward right here. We're going to go ahead and join community for you. And then we go back here and then Rifted Forward. And then you're in chat. You remember you got to click in chat. And when you're in Rifted Forward, what you're going to do is you're just simply going to wait for somebody to post the saying. We have to wait for it to see what happens. But they're going to be like T6 Rift Guardian, almost dead, lowest person opens. So you go into the game. You kill the boss with him and everybody else.
So how do you join? I don't get it.
You just basically you wait, and when somebody says something, you right click their name.
And you said
It requests invite, and then they'll just let you come in. So because for you, that would be very beneficial in the sense of, man, you've been on point, but dog, we're getting all your shit. My nigga, look at you getting all them cash.
Like I said, dude, I just was like, I want that fucking ring.
So
I just kept doing it.
if you do Rifted Forward, you have to pay 5 to get 100 blood shards instantly. You leave the game, and then a minute later you jump in another game, so you can just get blood shards maxed out and just keep gambling. You see what I'm saying? So when somebody, I'm surprised no one said none yet. Maybe, am I in the chat?
Yeah.
Let me see. Rifted Forward. Okay, well, hopefully somebody will post something. But they'll be like, I'm at the Rift boss, only has 10% health left. If you join my game, you can get the free blood shards. You just have to reopen my thing. So you go in, you guys kill it, you get 100 blood shards, you wait the 20 seconds for the timer to go down, and you use 5 of your keystones to open it back up for them. You leave, and then, I mean, you could be reading a book and then look up and just, oh, okay, then join another game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can get crazy amounts. You're trading your keystone fragments for blood shards.
So basically, somebody is
Doing the run. He's running.
and he's running it and doesn't want to pay for the shards, and you're paying for his shards, and you get the bounty. Okay.
So that's something you might want to do to get your guy maxed out. And somebody said Rift is dying after 2.1 because after 2.1 everybody has to use one, so you can't do this anymore. So use all your keystones while you can. Do Rifted Forward because you might be able to, let's just say you have like 150 Rift stones, right?
Yeah,
and then
close to 200.
Let's divide that by 5. That means you can open up a rift 30 times. And if you times it by 100 per, you got 3,000 blood shards
Why
to
does that have to
spend.
be 5?
Because it's 5 to open.
How is it 5 to?
Because the patch is not, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was 1 for some
No.
reason.
So, and then you got to keep in mind, sometimes you may not be the lowest, or sometimes it might be the highest. So you might just get in and be able to not have to use your keystone shards at all. And then you can start gambling for your stuff. So that's just something to start thinking
So
of.
what's stopping you from going in, killing the boss, and the guy's like, well, you need to open it, and you just logging off? They'll kick you out of the community.
They ban you out of the community. So then you can't go
I'm
in
just
the
curious.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it, but I'm wondering
Right.
what's stopping other people from being dickholes.
So, I mean, that's one thing to definitely do. Yeah, a lot of people saying the audio's off. Sorry, guys. It's just something we got to deal with. Hopefully we can get it fixed next time you guys come, or maybe it could be just some audio settings. I have no idea. But anyways, let me see here. Okay. So let's go ahead and
It's in the wizard.
let's do your Keldala stuff first. So if I was you, I know you got the gloves, I know you got the pants, you need the chest.
You've got a chest on, though.
Yeah, that's true. So if I was looking at anything, what would you want to get? Fuck it, let's just go for helmets. What the fuck?
First one, too. What is it? I'm dying to know.
No, I've heard people who do get banned.
What is that helmet?
That's part of you. So now you have
that's,
3.
That's part of the 6 set?
Yeah, so now that is so stupid.
Can I hover over it? I want to see it.
Yeah. So now you got 3 pieces.
What is Akarat's champion? Reduces the cooldown of Akarat's champion.
When you become that big dude and you get all that damage increase.
Oh.
Yeah, that's on a long cooldown. But when you get it on low cooldown, of course you're going to use it because then you can pop it all the time.
I've never used it.
All right, so now you just need the...
Racers.
You got 3.
I don't have any
I'm sorry, let me think. You haven't got the boots of Akon, have you? No, you haven't got the boots.
No, I've got the shoulders, the gloves, and now the boots.
Let me see here. Well, you don't...
No, I got the pants and the gloves.
Gloves, and you got the helmet just right now. You don't want to use a shoulder because you're going to use a shoulder with Ogdal's authority.
Do me a favor, just move this like that so they're all together.
Let me think here. So you got those 3, which means you need to get the boots.
What about bracers?
No, well, bracers are going to be Ogdal's bracers. You're going to craft those. You craft the bracers. Because basically when you get the roll ring, you're going to use the shoulders of Ogdal, and you're going to use the then you're going to you need the chest, and you're going to use the bracers of Ogdal. So you can...
have the chest of Ogdal.
So we need to get you a chest of that set item. So we should be going for the set item for the chest next.
Damn, first one too. Oh.
Syndicate like a motherfucker, man. What the fuck? What? You are on a run, sir.
Reduces.
If
Ooh.
you want to use fire damage, and it reduces the cost of fire by 25% of the cost.
Yeah.
So we'll keep that.
I'm running out of room.
This is a little ridiculous.
Hey, Kadala fucked me over 2 times ago.
Oh yeah, Reaper wraps for you, because if you want to go the holy shotgun build, that's if you want to go that build.
Holy shotgun.
Well, basically, you'd use one of these, the holy strike, and it hits so hard and everything just dies. You get Reaper wraps to replenish your resources. Okay, so more of the chest.
Come on. Another one. I think I already have.
Another fucking Syndicate. That's stupid. That's
okay. Now we have to compare them now.
Okay.
Just throw them in there. I'll compare them later.
Motherfucker.
And then that one. No, there's another one. You missed it.
What? You don't want to keep the gold skin?
No, I already have one. I just
100% extra gold drop. You're gonna save that for when you get to the Goblin Realm in the future.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna keep. Never mind. Damn. See, I told you.
You've been on a tear this week, man. This is ridiculous.
Look how much gold I have now. That's a lot. That's a lot for me.
It's called Rifted Forward, if you're wondering about what community it is.
Come on, one more. Bust. Oh well. Shouldn't be greedy. I got 5 things out of 500, so I basically got 1 per.
Sorry about the audio desyncing, guys. We're just gonna have to be team players and just hopefully just deal with it. Hopefully it doesn't show up on the YouTube video like that, but it might. We'll see.
It does. I
think
one of our videos was off, but.
What the fuck? I've been looking for a Syndicate for like a week. This motherfucker gets 2. What, you 2 syndicates now? 2 syndicates!
I wear both just because I can.
He's like, man, fuck this snake dog guy. Alright, so we did that, so now we need to do your caches.
Oh, come on, ring. I've been lucky. It's got to be in there, right? It's under the wizard.
Honestly, after you said that, you jinxed yourself. I never talk about the ring.
I got it. I know it.
Alright. Make it rain on a player. Make it rain on a player. Make it rain on a player.
I see it. I got 2 of them.
I think you got a ring.
I got 2 of them. Oh, bracers.
Bracers. You better pray the other one's a ring. The bracers are okay. You're just doing Act 1 bounties, right?
Yeah, but I never get anything out of those.
Like I said, man, it's your time to shine. RNG is a motherfucker amulet. Nah, well, that's still not bad. That's that's a pretty good amulet.
How do you know it's a good amulet?
Because I have one myself and it's trifecta and it's pretty damn nice.
How do you know that's what it is?
Because I got the amulet myself. I don't know what stats it's going to roll, but
you just know it's an amulet.
I think you're going to be okay. That's a lot of shit. This is a lot of damn, that's a lot of stuff. I'm still picking up shit.
Oh, wait, I wonder. Oh, damn. Wrong character.
Book of Canes, because I'm too lazy to open my legendaries up myself.
That was such a waste. People complaining about the Book of Canes.
Alright.
Bracers suck, I already know.
Oh, actually, if you reroll that regeneration for critical damage, it will be no, because this one's gonna roll trifecta. You can reroll the life per hit for the critical damage. That's the arcane shit.
So hard.
That I know, but your one is better.
And I have one of those already. Yeah, those are shitty. Doesn't matter. I did good. I got good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna break down only the legendaries, and then the rest are going to be soul, correct?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Except for the gems, of course, because I know you want to keep those. All right. Well, Nate Dogg, in closing, I think you had a fucking marvelous motherfucking week.
That's what I'm saying. Like
all these weeks, and you finally just had that 1 week, 912K. You're on point, bro.
Top one.
Top one, cool. Gems. Crafting regions.
Dude, I got 32 out of those.
Okay, see this? T5, 3 stops open, top opens. So what I'm gonna do is we'll do it right now. I wanna go ahead and I right click his name, and then I wanna go ahead and do this party is full, so his party's full already. But see if he was open. Let's see.
Sometimes it feels like somebody's following me.
But you see what I'm saying, though? You just wait, and then you right-click their name, you request invite, you go into there. See, this one says lowest opens, last opens. So there might be a guy who's like 140, and he's like, he gets in the game, or like you might be like, fuck, you're the low. I was like, fuck, I'm the lowest. And then all of a sudden somebody jumps in for the last slot. He's 140. And you're like, yeah, and then you don't have to use anything.
So how do you get it so I can get rid of general?
Sometimes it feels
I
like
can show you.
somebody's following me, and I got no privacy.
Sorry. You go here. You go to leave chat, and you leave general. And you go here, and you go to leave chat, and leave looking for group, and then now it's only rifted forward. But you see how advantageous that could be? Maybe you got 30 minutes to play, you just do a couple rifted forward, you get some shards, and you spam for more shards. That's how people gear up so fast now.
That's insane.
That's why they had to kill it.
Yeah.
You know.
See that. Oh, man.
Hold on. Lois. Damn it, it's full!
You took too long. You were hovering over it like, should I click it?
But you get the idea. Yeah. So, if you guys have been wondering, we do got the game queue set up for Mario Kart Hype. I'm going to change the title in a second. But if you guys are just here for the Diablo, thank you for tuning into the show. We're going to be playing some Diablo. We're going to be doing me and Nate Dogg versus Mario Kart and Double Dash on the GameCube. And
sometimes it feels like somebody's following me, and I got no privacy.
So most definitely, we always thank you guys for watching this information stuff about Diablo and what's going on.
It feels like
they're just
somebody's following me.
No, it's okay. A follow's a follow,
no
dude.
Privacy.
And we're about to do some Mario Kart Hype. We're gonna upload the secret version of PTR. I'm actually gonna troll people. I'm gonna put like new PTR version Mario Kart. New PTR update.
PTR Mario Kart. Doubles. So are you just going to turn this one, or you want to sit in this and I'll sit in that one?
I want to move this one.
Okay. Did you mod my PSP yet?
Not yet.
Well, hurry up, damn it. I want to get all my free shit. Is this mine? I can't find my copy. I assume somebody stole it.